I was recently on a coaching call with a leader of a large organization, and our conversation centered around her culture. Now, I've worked with her for a number of years, and she's learned that culture is either being carefully crafted with intentionality or it potentially is being broken, often through passivity. And when she said, so basically, what you're saying, Elizabeth, is I'm either a constructor or a destructor. I was like, yes. And that is where the title of today's lesson originated. Pick your path. Constructor of culture versus destructor of culture. You see, culture shouldn't just be a buzzword that you or I use because it is like an invisible force that shapes everything your organization does. And as a leader, you're either building it up or you're breaking it down. So today, I want us to look at your role in culture development. Are you a CCC, Chief Constructor of Culture, which means intentionally shaping the environment, or a CDC, Chief Destructor of Culture, letting dysfunction grow and spread? I want to define these two quickly. So, constructors of culture, they're attentive to people. They check in, they notice energy shifts, morale shifts. They care about people more than performance. And they address issues swiftly, like gossip, conflict, confusion. They're handled directly and respectfully. They also hire slowly 'cause they want to ensure people are aligning with the company's vision and mission and values. But they're also willing to fire quickly when necessary because you need to remove toxic behavior before it becomes a culture cancer. Culture constructors also model values like integrity and excellence and communication. They are living what they want people to emulate. But compare that to destructors of culture. Like it's hands off. They let culture happen instead of crafting it. So a lot of passivity. They allow gossip to spread, or worse, they actually participate in it, which erodes trust. They hire in panic mode, like I just got to get butts in seats, and they avoid the hard conversations. And I've done this, choosing short term peace over long term health. And unfortunately, culture destructors, they talk values, but they don't often live them. And this really creates a lot of confusion, a lot of distrust across the team. Here's the thing, as leaders of our organizational culture, we're the architect, whether we want to be or not. We have to embrace that we are the architect of our cultures. So back to that leader that I was referencing, she she knows that, and that culture is so important. She's worked so hard to grow a great culture and to grow as a leader. And recently, she realized that there was just a lot of chaos brewing in her team. And there'd been a lot of drama in recent weeks. Expectations weren't being reinforced, gossip was going unchecked. And she literally found herself reacting to team members specifically that were like a cancer within her culture. And they were impacting the overall health of her team. You know what her centering point was? She kept saying, protect my culture. What do I need to do to protect my culture? So she shifted from reacting to leading with intentionality. She doubled down on her focus to insist the team have straight line communication to end gossip. Listen, you know what I'm talking about. Someone comes to you, hey, will you talk to so and so? You talk to so and so. It creates this vicious cycle of gossip. So we need straight line path of communication to eliminate gossip. And guess what? Yes, a couple of her team members are no longer on the team. But you know what? The team dynamic changed almost immediately. She didn't just lead, she started building again. So, what's one area in your culture that needs your intentional leadership? Like, how can you be a constructor of culture? Well, let me give you three practical ways to construct culture. Number one, slow down and hire well. Really ask, does this person reflect where the organization is going? Not just can they do the job, do they look good on paper, but maybe not so great when they're in the midst of the team. Number two, handle hard stuff early. Like address issues directly and don't let dysfunction fester. Insist on straight talk path and do not get in the middle of gossip. Number three, be your culture consistently. You set the emotional tone. How you lead is the culture you're creating because culture doesn't grow by default, it grows by design. So, this week, I want you to ask yourself, what am I constructing in my culture? And what might I be allowing to fall apart? You're not just leading a team, you're shaping your culture. So pick your path, a constructor of culture or a destructor of culture. I'm Elizabeth Mahusai, executive business coach, corporate trainer, a keynote speaker, and international best-selling author of Pick Your Path. And I want to encourage you to choose wisely today. Make culture an important part of who you are as a leader.